Hi, and welcome to It Figures. Tonight, I am going to be reviewing a Pop Movies figure of Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet. So for those who have never seen Forbidden Planet, well, you need to go out and watch it right now. It's not only a great science fiction film, it's also a pretty terrifying story. And for those who know who Robbie the Robot is, know he's one of the most iconic robots ever made. I've never had a Robbie the Robot figure pretty much in any form, except for a model kit that I bought a while back, which I've never put together. So I'm pretty excited to actually own a Robbie the Robot figure. So here we go, let's take a look at Robbie the Robot. First, let's take a look at the sculpt. It is pretty well done. I like everything except for maybe the big red eyeballs in his dome. And yes, I understand it's a pop figure, and all the pop figures have to have their eyes, because that's pretty much his signature look. So I can kind of forgive that. This is the first pop figure I've ever had that had a clear head dome. And of course, this is one of the coolest parts about Robbie, is you can actually kind of see into his head and sort of even see his brain. Over on the side is actually Robbie's real eyes, I assume, from the movie. And they did a great job with putting all that detail in there. You see his rounded shoulders and his pincher hands. Again, great detail on this. His chest could be a little better, I think, because he did have sort of like the buttons that flicked, went in and out. I believe they're either on the top or the bottom, and they're kind of there, but they're not really well sculpted. And around the back of his head, he does have the sort of the metallic collar. And you can see into his dome even better here. His legs do have sort of the Michelin Man look to them, just like the movie. And he even has that bolt that attaches from his hip to the legs. And sort of a slight even skirt there underneath his upper body. The one obvious difference between this and all the other pop figures is his head is pretty much in proportion to his body. So I was really curious as if his head turned, and it actually does not turn at all. However, they did make his waist turn, which I thought was kind of cool, and as far as I know, that's a first in the pop figure line. This is a really great sculpt of Robbie the Robot. It has his tub-shaped upper torso and his ribbed legs. It's just really, really good. The eyeballs do throw me off a little bit, but you know, like I said, they had to have those in there because it's part of their line. Okay, so let's open up the old Figometer and see how Robbie the Robot stacks up. The one thing I kind of would have liked was to have the blue for his mouth, or at least some lines for it to indicate that his mouth lit up blue. That would be really cool. But of course, these are all just minor details I am picking at. Robbie will look great in my collection alongside all of my other pop figures. And he's actually the first robot that I have bought. So in all, I really love this Robbie robot. I do have a couple issues with it, but again, they can't be avoided, like the eyes, and maybe the center could have been a little bit more detailed. So in all, I would have to give Robbie the Robot the pop figure rating of 5 out of 5. Because it seems like that's what all these pop figures lately have been getting, but it's because of their exceptional sculpt and their exceptional paint. So if you found this review exceptional as well, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can see you next time.